So this is our weekly catch-up, and we're just going to go through what we've been doing in the last week or so. We've been here, then, everywhere where you have, Joe. We've been to London, and you've been elsewhere. So what should we dive into first?
Let's go straight into Egypt, London. Let's kick things off with a bang, because that is exciting, and that might actually keep people listening for longer than 5 minutes.
Okay. Go on then. Why did we go to London? Why did we go
so we went to London. When you were channeling a few weeks ago, we've had a couple of streams of consciousness come through from Akhenaten and Amun-Ra. And Akhenaten is an Egyptian deity that holds a very high level of consciousness, and it said that he's come back to Earth to help humanity, essentially. Is that right?
Yes.
And Amun-Ra talked about what did he talk about?
He talked about the sun disk, the power of the impetus between everyone to directly connect to source, and how, in fact, over time, that was usurped by the priesthood, which to this day has usurped that kind of impetus to go up and connect to something greater. And he was like, I'm just an avenue, I'm a gatekeeper to something greater, but the priesthood came along and kind of cut off people's direct connection to source, basically.
Yeah, that was it. So after that, they said we need to immerse ourselves in Egypt. And a previous channeling a couple of months ago even gave us a specific date of something significant that was going to happen in Egypt in October. And we've known we're going to head to Egypt in October. And then you started channeling these streams of consciousness a bit more regularly during our 5:30 transmissions daily, and then so we're committed to that. And after that one of the transmissions, I had to think British Museum, but I didn't think anything of it. And then you said, I'm getting the download, we need to go to the British Museum. And I was like, because I'm basically psychic now. I was buzzing. So yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? And then we planned to go to the British Museum, which was last week before?
Week before, Friday, week before, yeah.
Yeah. To search for a few artefacts from Akhenaten, which allegedly they hold a staff or a spear of his and some other bits and pieces. But they've also told us that we should, to connect with them in our meditation, visualize the feline, cats, right? I'm not really a big cat guy, but I've embraced it.
But you are a Leo.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe I am a big cat guy. I'm a big cat guy. That's what I am. Yeah, I'm a big cat guy. So yeah, the plan was to go there. However, you last minute threw in a bit of a curveball, as per, and said, "Oh, you framed it in a way because you know that I get the ump when you say things because you're right all the time. So you framed it in a way." I said, What did you see, or what did you get when I'm saying this exhibition at Battersea, Ramesses II Gold? At first, I was like, no, we've got a plan, we're sticking to it. And then I was like, oh, fuck's sake, it's probably right. So we changed the plan, and it was a big day as well, wasn't it? Because it was your birthday.
Yes.
Well, the day after your birthday.
Yeah. So it's like a excuse to go to London, have a bit of fun.
Big birthday day out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I changed all my itinerary that I'd spent all week on, changed it around to suit Clare, and then we headed over to the Ramesses II and his gold exhibition at Battersea. That was pretty cool, actually, wasn't it?
It was really cool. And so one of the other channelings had come through and said about the importance of gold in Egypt. So that was kind of floating at the back of the mind. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, we're kind of going to London, Egypt, British Museum, and then there's an exhibition specifically about Egypt and gold. I think we need to go. So yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, it was good. And then as we walked in there, I accidentally touched this sphinx because you have to put your bag in front of you, so I didn't see this "do not touch" sign. So I was touching for some reason, just put my hand in the sphinx. Then it's the "do not touch." But you actually were drawn to that to receive some sort of download. What did you see there?
It was really interesting because when we did the original channeling, they said that there are artifacts that to this day hold keys and codes and information and messages, if you like, or vibrational resonance that is really pertinent for this time now. And go and look at the British Museum, go and look and connect in with some of these artifacts, because you're going to feel that connection, that resonance, that messaging that's still within them. So I was like, okay, well, let me see if there's anything coming off of this particular sphinx. And because it was a smaller exhibition, you actually could get up close and personal to the items, which you wouldn't have been able to do like ordinarily. So I carefully balanced my hand over it so I wasn't actually touching, and just tuned in, and I could sense definitely like hieroglyphs, like emanating, like it was like if you ring a bell and it makes the sound waves. It was as if information and data was just coming off of this sphinx in waves, in the similar kind of a fashion. So wasn't interpreting it, I wasn't understanding it, but I was acknowledging that, oh, this is holding data and information, and it's emanating to this day something that can be received.
Yeah, wow, that's cool. Yeah, so it's true what they said. These artifacts hold code, and anyone can tap into them if they're around them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll be emanating something that we will absorb unconsciously. We don't necessarily interpret it in that moment, but we're picking up, having an attunement, having an alignment to a vibrational resonance that is definitely having an impact. And I was surprised to see, I mean, obviously, well, the code was hieroglyphics, which of course it would be. But yeah, it's always quite fun just to see, is it going to come in a colour? Is it going to come in a wave? But I could see like binary, but hieroglyphics.
Yeah, so that was cool. And I think there's a couple of other things in there that you mentioned an amulet, a gold necklace or something that you picked
Yes,
up some
it was a sun
download.
disk, and that really drew my attention. And so I took a picture of it so that I could meditate on it later and take my mind back to it. But also, we found a couple of the masks really looked alive.
Mm. Yeah, they did spookily. Really, like looked like there's someone looking at you as you're going through the museum. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, that was good. Worthwhile, wasn't it? Definitely
It was
worthwhile
really
going.
worthwhile. Yeah, and I think it felt like it was a taste of what's to come in the whole Egyptian adventure that seems to be presenting itself to us. And I think it was just it was a confirmation of what we've been getting, that these things do have vibrational resonance. To see some of these masks and statues come to life was fascinating. Understanding that it's not just necessarily in the keys and codes through touching and vibrational resonance, but it's in a transmission from a being that inhabits perhaps this mask or this statue that can emanate wisdom or teachings from there. It's really interesting.
Yeah, so that was a good start to the day. Then we had a bit of scran. Went over to fans' favourite, the El Pastor. Best tacos you've ever had, or what?
Yes, I have to say, very good, very, very nice, lovely lunch.
Yeah, and then we went to the British Museum, which was a bit of a washout, wasn't it?
Yeah, if by wash you mean sweat, then yes, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just so hot.
Yeah, they weren't letting people. They let everybody in because it was so hot outside. They didn't want people queuing, so it was just mobbed in there. I was getting very, very antsy, and that's very unlike me. I've got the patience of a saint, but it was unbearable in there.
You did a really good job of holding it together because it was stressful at every possible
Yeah,
level. Noise, people everywhere, people peopling, and trying to navigate and trying to find things. Oh my goodness, it was a lot. But I think it drew us to London so that we went to the Ramesses exhibition. I think otherwise I wouldn't necessarily have looked for an exhibition in London just to go off randomly. But because we had this plan to go to the British Museum, it kind of got swept in to this where we were meant to be, so we can go back another time.
and they had sweet FA about Akhenaten in the entire museum as well. So, but we did find out you can actually message them, the curator, or
And what did you appoint yourself as?
I'm now the new head of Egyptology for the ClareVoyant and UFOJOE podcast. So I think that carries some weight, and I'm sure we will get a private viewing of the artefacts we need to see if I email them with that. Yeah, with that.
With your
title.
credentials.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go back. We'll go back when the schools are back, and there's less people.
Less heat.
Less heat, less people. Yeah. And we had a nice dinner as well, didn't we? We had a nice dinner to celebrate. To celebrate, what were we? Oh, it was your birthday. And we were just celebrating the podcast, weren't we?
Yeah, we were celebrating like people are following us and people are listening. What?
Yeah. Yeah, bonkers. Yeah. Go on, give us an update. Where are we? I know you've got your one eye permanently fixed on the Instagram counter, follower counter. So, what is it as of now?
Currently, we are, as of now, we've crested 7,000, so we're over 7,000 followers. And the Irish post has over 100,000 views and over 10,000 likes and over 1,000 comments and over 2,000 reshares, and it's just been phenomenal. And people are still messaging and saying, why does it bring me to tears? I really feel really strongly about this, and feel such a strong connection, such a strong pull to the Tour de Danann, to the concept that that we're naming. We're not reinventing the wheel. This is happening anyway. We're just kind of calling it out, and people are saying, yes, me too. I'm feeling this awakening of this drive and this draw, this Irish connection awakening within me, and where can I join with other people who are feeling the same way? So that's what's been super exciting.
Yeah, it has. It's really been overwhelming for me just seeing the reaction from many people about how it hits home, and it's all new for me, really. I mean, we've had one trip to Ireland together where we explored some of these sacred sites, and it just it piqued my interest in it, really. And obviously you've channeled. I don't do any channeling, just for the record. You've channeled.
Yeah.
I'd be worrying. You've channeled the Tour de Danann for a little while, and it's given us insight. It's given me insight. I know you're much more well read on this subject than I am, and yeah, it's fascinating. And the fact that it hits such a truth with so many people, it resonates to the point they're making such lovely comments on the posts, has led us to create a community specifically for this. which is a lot of hard work you've been up to behind the scenes over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. I think the repeated question was, where can I join? Yeah, I'm up for this. We ride at dawn. Like we're part of the clan. My clan's waking up. I'm checking in. This is the Byrne clan checking in from Chicago and people from Australia and all over the world. And I was like, well, this isn't what we anticipated. ClareVoyant and UFOJOE podcast, the direction we thought we were going in, but it's the direction that's come to us. And we're like, okay, let's embrace it. There's a lot of people out there really resonate with this messaging. Let's bring everyone together and give them a chance to, to meet like-minded people who are also feeling this. And where else is there a community where you can do that? So we've set up a community. It's on school and it's pretty much finished. So we will be sharing the link with everyone and really invite you to come and join and just connect in with other people who are feeling this call to Ireland and share what's waking up for you. As people talk about the animals that are connecting with them, talking about their Irish ancestry and all the different ways in which Ireland is speaking to people at the moment. And we just thought it'd be really fun to have a central hub where we could have everyone talk. And plus, in school you've got a map, so you can see all over the world where everybody is, which I think is going to be really exciting to see.
Yeah, love a map. Love a map. Yeah, that's cool. It looks good. I was pleasantly surprised with school. It looks good, and yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, you've done well. So yeah, excited for what that's going to bring, and we're also heading to Ireland as well, but we'll maybe touch more on that a bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, I guess next on the agenda, transmissions, daily transmissions,
Yes.
which are building up a bit of steam and build momentum. And we've had some incredible messages, profound messages come through with incredible energy.
Real mixture of channeling coming through. Sometimes it's just a transmission of energy, but more often than not it comes with words, and it's different every day. I have no idea when I start who it's going to be, so I can't say today's going to be this because I have no idea. And then I open up and I just see what comes through. But you experience it all quite differently, don't you? And you talk to me, so maybe talk a little bit about how you experience some of the different
Ask me, go on, ask me what the energy's like.
What's the energy like, Joe?
Honestly, it still blows my mind, right, how this happens. You're sat in Surrey, I'm in Kent. I was in Ibiza the other day. You're channeling. There's other people on the channel as well. We do it every day, and we've been doing it every day for about 3 months, and the energy overwhelms me. Like it's a blissful, pure, calming, high, clean frequency that comes in. I can now start to feel when it comes in. It's sometimes before you've started speaking, but most of the time, once you start channeling. And the various different collectives have a slightly different energy. I mean, I can't really differentiate that well, but the mothers are very strong. But the highest one, you had the other day when I was in Ibiza, the Mother Mary. And I was so, a bit giddy, maybe, like it ungrounded me. And, I have been working on my grounding for the last few months because of these energies that keep coming in. I didn't ground that day because I was running late we had a day planned, but it just, I couldn't concentrate. But I could feel it from above my head to my feet going into the earth, right? And it lasts for hours, and it is just so blissful. It's the only way I can describe it. But it just blows my mind how you channel it in, and no matter where you are in the world, if you're watching the channel, you get it.
Yeah, I mean, it moves through time and space. So even if you're watching it live or watching the recording, that essence of that frequency, however it works, is there and it's receivable. So you can listen to the same one again and again and get the same connection because it's kind of bottled in that moment and is accessible for anyone. How that works through time and space, it's just the magic of the frequency that comes in. It's just it's a joy to work with.
It's very similar. I'll tell you where else you get it. If you at Rennes Chateau, I had it then, and that lasted a couple of days. That was the first time probably where it was such a potently strong, high, blissful frequency that I felt, well, maybe like at a different place, like that, and that's a very sacred place, which we'll come on to in another call, because that's part of our
At some
podcast.
point,
Yeah.
At some point, we'll actually get to speak about what we imagined the podcast was going to be the forefront, which was the trips we've been doing, including to Rennes Chateau, but all these other wonderful things are unfolding, including the daily transmissions and channeling daily, which I did not see being part of this. But it's just really fun to kind of let it unfold and be what it needs to be. And we'll get to those episodes and talk about Ren, and we'll talk about all the other things when the time's right.
Yeah, but the transmissions are going well. They're gathering a bit of momentum. We're getting more and more people come on, Canada, the US, locals. So it's open to everybody. If anybody's just curious, it's great, isn't it, for them to just see what it's all about.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a particular belief system. You don't have to believe in anything. You can just witness and be alongside, and just what comes through initially, just talking through meditation, it's relaxing, and then transmissions will come through. You can tune into what feels like a resonance for you, and you don't have to overthink anything else. It's just there. If you're open and it resonates, then great. If not, you're going to get a nice relaxed experience out of it anyway. So
yeah, it's good. Yeah, so just other updates. So we've got the community started, which is over on School. We've also have a Patreon set up with all the transmissions.
The transmission library.
Yeah, so that's the recordings of you daily, right?
Yeah, it's actually what's on there is the original channelings that you're referring. So you're talking about certain channelings in the posts that you're doing, and you're talking about channelings that happened at the beginning, and the recordings on the transmission library, the actual channelings that you're referencing.
Right, yeah.
So people can go and listen to that, and there's a synopsis, and then there's the actual transcript. So people can experience firsthand. You're sharing what this channeling was about, and people can go and listen to the original one over in the transmissions library on Patreon.
Yeah, cool. And then we're slowly building momentum for across all the platforms, which is going really well. We're getting into daily postings, about 3 reels a day we aim for, don't we?
Yeah.
It's manageable, and it seems to be going okay with that.
Yeah, and we have so much content because we have such a variety of things to talk about, which I would never have imagined having so much to choose from, because the different channelings come in with different ideas and different concepts and different frequencies, different beings, and then we have the ongoing unfolding with the Irish connection and how that's evolving. So all these fun things are kind of happening, and we're just kind of we're enjoying the ride, hopefully as much as everybody else is.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, anything else we need to cover off this week?
I think we've covered everything, unless we're going to talk quickly about what's on the horizon.
Yeah, but if you want to know about that, you've got to go over to one of our communities on Patreon or School, and we give you the insight of what's coming up.
Patreon has the inside scoop on everything that we're doing, And if you're interested specifically in Irish side of things, then school's the place for you. But if you want to know about UFOs, Renda Chateau, our trip to America, our trip to Rosalind, our upcoming trip to Egypt, then all of that is going to be covered over on Patreon. And in the members area, we're going to be having like our own planning discussions, all the deep diving into the ins and outs of how we're going to get there. We'll take you along for the journey with us. So that's available to you if you wish to join us over there.
Yeah. Cool.
Great. Well,
love it.
Here's to another exciting week, and we'll check in next week.
Yeah, nice.